Since devastating tornadoes destroyed hundreds of homes across Nebraska and Iowa, a therapy student at UNO wants to help people who are having a hard time. She interns with a private practice, and they're offering free support group sessions this month. They're open to anyone who's having trouble dealing with any trauma associated with living through these terrifying twisters.
A mental health counselor is not only what happens in session with clients, but also how we approach the community and making sure that we're being advocates for our community. So I wanted to set up something that people could come in and sort of process what was happening and have that supportive environment to rebuild, the sense of safety and community.
These sessions are free and are every Monday at 6 p.m. A licensed mental health therapist will also be there to oversee, and they meet on the UNO campus at the Barbara White's Community Engagement Center, 64th and Dodge. For information on how to register, you can visit our website at WOWT.com.